Ladies and gentlemen, I bought this t-shirt such a long time ago. I know it's been updated, but guys, this is for a lot of the gamers. Enough said. Let's go to work. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys have decided to come back in and enjoy another gigantic seriously, welcome back to another madness-filled episode of Jimmy Jam Sessions. As always, if you enjoy everything that we've been doing on here, there's a thing called a subscribe button. Definitely hit that if you want to be alerted with more craziness that we do on here, whether it's a tier list, Gen X stuff, Gen Z stuff, food reviews, whatever, and all the hockey talk and the NFL stuff. We do variety on this stuff because it keeps us sane. We've been here for 1 year. We appreciate you. And with your help, let us keep this going. I'm going to basically zoom in through this because I had a little bit of not necessarily a conundrum, but an epiphany that now that I do have a second monitor, which I've been doing now for like the last couple months now, doing a little bit more freestyle stuff to do some tier lists for you people. And this is for the gamers that we've grown up with, the NES, the Sega, and all that stuff. Now, people don't, sometimes, back in the day, they had your Commodore, then you went to the Atari, then you had the Intellivision, then the Coleco, and then we all know the world blew up when the NES came out in 1985. Now, with this being said, I'm going to do a tier list. Basically, in a way of speaking, I want to throw this at you because this is not every NES. You had 288 plus more NES games. There's more than meets the eye, over 500, probably 1,000 mocks and emulators. We're not doing that crap. We got stuff to do in the world. We got taxes to do and everything like that. So with that being said, I am going to do this tier list of all the original NES games that came out in what they like to previously call the black box. That was all the old designs from 85, 86. That was before they started doing all the other weird like artistic crap and all that stuff like that. And plus all the other vendors started coming in, like the Konami and the Temco and all the other ones that came out. So hey, spur moment, you got a minute to hang out, grab a Pop-Tart or whatever, because we're going to have some fun doing this, because I remember these back in the day. I didn't even label anything like this. I'm just going to go as to the, well, you know what, just to make it a little bit, meh. Let's just do that, D tier. So I'm just going to go through these and let's just figure this out. You got a chance to browse through them, so let's just do this right now. We remember 10-yard fight. It was just that really, really side stuff, and it was slow as a mother. Some of these, I'm also going to kind of disqualify myself. There's some of these I've never played, but 10-yard fight, I remember it was slow as molasses in February. I'll put you in B tier just because you were an original, and all these we know is original now. Balloon fight, I'll put you in B. I had most of these. Balloon fight was a fun game. You're just basically flapping your arm up in the air and you're trying to knock out a bunch of birds that had other balloons on it, and you were trying to avoid lightning bugs, the other birds, and a big gigantic fish that thought he was Jaws to eat you down in the water. So, but balloon fight was fun. The original baseball is an A tier. You can never go wrong with the original sound effects, and the controls in baseball have really never really changed. That's kind of a cool thing. But that's the original baseball. I'll put you in A tier. Clue Land. Some people, the controls are really weird, but I played this game and this was fun. This was fun as well, but boy, was it tough to maneuver as well. But it was fun if you were able to master the controlling. It was a fun game. I'll put you in B. I put this one in B tier. And this is going to go in along the way here. Donkey Kong is going to go. It's not even going to be an argument. S tier. Donkey Kong Jr. will be also in S tier because these were arcade classics. I'll put Donkey Kong 3 in. Actually, I'm going to put Donkey Kong 3 in B tier. It's not a lot of people knew about it, and the math was just in math. I'm just going to put that down there. Now, the kicker was going from arcade to the console. I mean, the sound effects were not identical, but it was still Donkey Kong. And it played exactly like Donkey Kong. The tone and everything like that didn't sound the same, but it was still the exact same thing. Donkey Kong Jr. was the same way. So those two are going to go in S tier. Duck Hunt will go in A tier with the Zapper. That was one of the original Zapper games. Can never go wrong with Duck Hunt. Excite Bike was pretty cool. I'll put you in B tier. That was cool because you can make your own. You can make your own track, and you just run that darn thing until it overheated, and then you just topple over like and you're just some. And if it was real life, you'd be dead in 2 seconds. Uh, I have to put the original golf in B tier. It was, I mean, you could burn through a game of golf in 10 minutes. That's just how cool it was. But I have to put Gumshoe. This Gumshoe, if you do not know this, you need to Google it and watch something on YouTube. Gumshoe was an arcade classic with the Zapper gun. You basically shot your guy through a city, a bunch of obstacles, just to avoid a bunch of obstacles and shoot them at the same time. It's a weird storyline because you had to get 5 diamonds to save your daughter and blow up a monster who had the 5th diamond, but you had to keep shooting him in the air. You had to keep shooting your guy in the air while he had a machine gun just so he can aim level enough to shoot the monster's eye. I'm not. I wish I had the video, but you can Google and find it out. But Gumshoe, great game. Gyromite, there is a hack in Gyromite. You have to remember the robot that came out. You played this game with the robot. I'm going to put it in C tier because there was 2 ways you can play this. You play it with the robot and it was time consuming, but the red and blue paddles, you could put those on the ground and attach the second controller or the first controller or however it did. I don't remember it. And that was your hack. All you had to do was use your feet to move the pipes. Weird thing, but Gyromite, not a lot of people remember that. Hogan's Alley, B tier. It was an original arcade classic as well. Ice Climber. A lot of people liked Ice Climber. I'll put you in B tier as well because they're using this as not necessarily a meme game, but a lot of people remember it. Now, I'm sorry, Kid Icarus is going to go in S tier because when they started to go to the adventure games, sorry, Kid Icarus goes up there. They went to the next level when they went to Metroid, and then they went to Kid Icarus. But Kid Icarus does not get as much love as Metroid did. And they tried to do it. They brought another game back on the 3DS, and it is unbelievable. But not a lot of people jumped on it because Kid Icarus is just like the lost child of the lake. Let's just do this. Kung Fu's in S tier. I have this thing like I tried to master the arcade game and I couldn't, but you could beat this one. You could beat the NES version in less than 5 minutes. Mach Rider, I never really knew much about it. It'll go in C tier. Let me just shrink this down a little bit. There we go. And you guys can see a little bit more. The original Mario Brothers is going to go in S tier. Metroid, that's not even a no-brainer. That's an S tier as well. Try playing that now and seeing what Metroid Dread is now on the Switch. Oh God, shoot me now. The original Pinball would be in C tier, but it was fun to play. Was the closest thing to the arcade. I put that in A tier. That was a fun game. That was a fun arcade classic, and the NES just played exactly like it. Pro Wrestling, it's going in S tier. I just wish they would remake this. I really wish they would remake this, but the WWE's that you can't make another WrestleMania wrestling game just because the WWE's owning everything. So just take pro wrestling and you can just redo all the characters on it. Simple enough. Rad Racer, I'll put in A tier. That was fun. Slalom, I never played, but I'll put you in C. The soccer game was meh. I wasn't crazy on it. I'll put you in S tier. Stack Up, I don't know what it was. I'll put that in tier. The original Super Mario Brothers, that in 85, that goes in S tier. Tennis goes in. I played this. I wasn't crazy on it. That's in meh. Urban Champion, I'll play in B tier because that was kind of a funny game. It was kind of fun. You just tried to. You only had like 2 or 3 moves, and you try to knock your opponent into the sewer. Don't get me wrong. That's pretty funny. The original volleyball, it wasn't too bad. C tier. Wild Gunman, I remember that one. That was a little bit of an advanced version of Hogan's Alley. That's in C tier. Wrecking Crew will also go in C tier. It wasn't crazy, but there were some of the original ones. Now, you see this list. I could easily move a bunch of these up and a bunch of these down, and it wouldn't even make a difference. Literally, I could put Gumshoe and Popeye in S tier, and it would not even matter. But those were the original box versions. They called them like the box set before they started doing to to all the other sets that they did with the Konamis and the Technos and Tecmo and all that and other stuff. But I may do a couple more of these. This video is definitely for the old school gamers. You remember these? Which ones was your favorite? Do you want me to do another like vendor, another company? And I'll do that tier list. Let me know. Put it in the comments. No wrong, right or wrong answer. This was fun. I wanted to get this one really quick out for you guys, and you did make it to the end of this video. Thumbs up, hit a like, throw your comments in. What would you like me to do next? Bar is closed. I'm happy you guys got a chance to hang out with us, and I will see each and every you bloody legends in the next one. I won't do that unless you do hit that subscribe button, and I do have to hit the bar closed as usual. And yeah, let's keep it going.